Mr. Gibson here, and I want to get you started on a new drawing project for this week. And we're going to move into a little thing called linear perspective. And just to get you started today, I'm going to have you draw the kind of the structure, the skeletal work that is linear perspective. And we're going to focus on 2-point perspective. That is the use of two vanishing points. All right, and you're going to draw something that looks a little bit like this. Okay. And I'll pop it up here, and I guess I can get out of the way. This is basically going to focus on the use of two vanishing points, and then some vertical lines. And you can see up here that there are 5 dots you'll need to focus on, plus your horizon line. And this is kind of a technical drawing, and this is how people create the illusion of distance and space, and there are other ways to use it as well. But let's not waste any more time. Let's get to it. Okay, you'll need a pencil, a ruler, or a straight edge, something that's straight, like the binding of a book spine, anything that's got just a little bit of thickness to it and is very straight. Okay, rulers are best, but if you don't have a ruler, like I said, go for a notebook binding, a book binding. If you have like one of those thin dry erase boards, that could work pretty well. There's lots of options, so you might have to dig around if you don't have a ruler. Okay, so let's not waste any more time. Like I said, let's get to it. All right, let's get started. You'll just need, like I said, your pencil and a ruler or something straight to draw with. Okay, speaking of straight, let me straighten this out. Okay. All right, first things first, you will need a horizon. Remember, we are going for just a simple, just a cube. 1, 2 faces, no top and no bottom, because they are covered or hidden. All right, and so just close to the center, maybe slightly below center, go ahead and draw yourself a horizon that is a horizontal line on your paper. And then we're going to give it 2 vanishing points and stretch them out far. One over here and one over here, right on the line. These need to be right on the line. Okay, 1, 2. Now, the next thing we're going to do is draw a vertical line that is straight up and down. Actually, I'm going to swap out my ruler real fast. I got a bunch of notches knocked into it. It's not making straight lines. As you can see, they're kind of bumpy. There we go, nice straight edge on this ruler. So I'm just going to go. I got another way to go. There we go. No big whoop. Erase that out a little bit. Okay, back to it. Straight line, go below the horizon and above the horizon on this, as you can see. All right, maybe quite a bit more above the horizon. All right, and now here's the little measuring trick we're going to do. Okay, we're going to put 2 dots, one on top, one on bottom. Okay, top and bottom. Now, you're going to find the center of that line. Okay, just kind of eyeball it. If you have a ruler and you want to measure perfectly, go for it. All right, so I got a dot in the very center. Now I'm going to put a dot in the center of this segment. Okay, so now I got a dot in the middle of that segment, and then I'm going to do the bottom half segment. Okay, and now I have a series of 5 dots on here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, and we will pay attention to the horizon. We're going to label that H, but we're not going to do that just yet. All right, so let's go ahead and connect all the dots. You have dot A and dot B. So every one of these dots needs to go to both sides. Here's how that should look. All right, I put my ruler on the dot. Okay, line up my straight edge so I go through my vanishing point. I want to go through the vanishing point. Okay, I'm stopping right in the center of that vanishing point, and I move to dot 2, connect 2 to dot A, 3 to dot A, 4 to dot A, and 5 to dot A. All right, and so now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dots connected to my vanishing point. I do the same thing on this side. All right, so 5 to dot B. You can start at the top and the bottom. Just feel like starting from the bottom on this side. That's just my preference. 4. And see how these lines, the angle of these lines, the direction of their diagonal changes from above to below the horizon, as you can see. And then my final dot right up top here. Flip this ruler around for that last dot. Line up my point and connect the dots. Boom. Now you have all 5 dots connected to both vanishing points, 2-point perspective. All we have to do is add 2 more edges to make this look more like this. All right, so we're getting there. We're real close. All right, so you decide how wide this should be. Now, I don't like to go too wide, make it look more like a building tower. Okay, so there's one more vertical, just connecting the top and bottom here. Right, and I'm going to go to this side and similar distance from the center corner here. There we go. There's my second edge. So I have 2 edges to go along with my center corner here. So we're looking at 1, 2, 3 corners, 1, 2 faces to use your terms. I want you to go ahead and mark these dots. This is dot 1, 2, 3. That's the horizon. So we're going to mark that though. We'll mark that H. Horizon, horizon, horizon. So we don't mix that up with the rest. It isn't important. It's just as important as the rest. But we do want to mark it separately. Okay, so I'm just adding dots to these little intersections right on these lines. So just like I have 5 dots here plus a horizon, I have 5 dots here plus a horizon, 5 dots here plus a horizon. And I would like you to label these because when you post this, I will be looking for those points. Okay, but now at this point, we can go ahead and start adding some shading to this to make it stand out as more of a 3-dimensional object. So shading is kind of a big step on that. And so just with the side of my pencil, or you could use color if you really want to, we're just going to make this side darker and the other side lighter. You could flip that if you want to. If you want this to be the light side, that's fine. You just got to kind of imagine which side is your light coming from. And I'm just imagining my light's kind of shining in this direction. And so this will be a little bit lighter than this side. This side will have more shadow. And I'm not going to do a ground shadow. I don't want to get that technical with this drawing. This is just about the form you just created here. And so this is a tower that is in proper 2-point perspective. You could blend this around with your finger a little bit, soften it up. I like to do that. If you leave the lines, smudges are clean up really easily. Now this side, just a little bit lighter. So I just touching my pencil, just barely. Maybe I'll just go this direction with my shading. Just shading towards the vanishing point is what I'm doing right now. Shading towards the vanishing point. A little bit here on the edge. And then I'll go ahead and give this a little bit of a smudge as well. Okay. So the last step would just be to go through here and clean up any smudges that got outside of my lines. Oop. Okay, and there it is. I could push this side a bit darker to really make this value contrast with itself. Well, dark and light, but not as white as the paper. Okay, and so that is what I'm looking for. We're going to take this to the next level, of course, but I'd like you to just to post this main structure, the skeletal structure of using 1 2-point perspective with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these points down each line. Okay, so slow down the video, rewind it as you need to, but I'm looking for just one tower using 2-point perspective. Okay, if you want to take it to the next level yourself and add some details, That is okay. Windows, everything, all that kind of stuff is fine. But I do need to see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points connected. And then I do want to see that you can recognize that that is the horizon line going through there. And so we can see that. We also refer to the horizon as the eye level line. So that's kind of how tall you are in the image. Okay. So have fun with this and take it to the next level if you want to. But all I'm looking for is this. All right. Have a good day.